making aircraft fuel from sunlight and air. This is from Institute for Advanced Sustainability Studies, IASS. Scientists have built a plant that can produce carbon-neutral liquid fuels from sunlight and air. The next goal will be to take this technology to industrial scale and achieve competitiveness. Researchers now describe how this novel solar reactor functions and outline a policy framework that would provide incentives to expand the production of solar kerosene. That's what they call it. So this will be carbon-neutral liquid fuels. And the full story. Scientists at ETH Zurich built a plant that can produce carbon-neutral liquid fuels from sunlight and air, the goal to be taking the technology to industrial scale. In the paper published in the journal Nature, researchers from Zurich and Potsdam describe how this novel solar reactor functions and outline the policy framework that would provide incentives to expand the production of solar kerosene. Carbon-neutral fuels are crucial for making aviation and maritime transport sustainable. The plant developed in Zurich can be used to produce synthetic liquid fuels that release as much CO2 during their combustion as was previously extracted from the air for their production. CO2 and water are extracted directly from ambient air and split using solar energy. And this process yields syngas, SYNGAS. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. So this syngas a mixture of hydrogen and carbon monoxide, then is processed into kerosene, methanol, and other hydrocarbons. That's fantastic. I would assume that this would also be implemented for cars and anything else using gasoline. Now, a team of researchers led by Aldo Steinfeld, professor of renewable energy sources at ETH Zurich, have been operating the mini solar refinery on the roof of ETH's machine laboratory building in Zurich over the last 2 years. They said this plant successfully demonstrates the technical feasibility of the entire thermochemical process for converting sunlight and ambient air into drop-in fuels. The system operates stably under real-world solar conditions and provides a unique platform for further research and development, he said. This is what Steinfeld explains. The technology is now sufficiently mature for use in industrial applications. Desert offers ideal conditions. Analysis of the entire process shows that the fuel would cost 1.2 to 2 euros per liter if it were produced on an industrial scale. Desert regions with high solar resources are particularly suitable as production sites, unlike with biofuels, whose potential is limited due to the scarcity of agricultural land. This technology enables us to meet global demand for jet fuel by using less than 1% of the world's arid land and would not compete with the production of food or livestock feed, explains Johan Lilstam, researcher group leader at the Institute for Advanced Sustainability Studies, IASS Potsdam, and professor of energy policy, University of Potsdam. If the materials used to build the production facility, such as glass and steel, are manufactured using renewable energy and carbon-neutral methods, emissions can be further reduced to close to zero, he explains. Supportive policies needed. However, given the high initial investment costs, solar fuels will need political support to secure their market entry. The European Union's existing support instruments, emissions trading and offsetting, are not sufficient to stimulate market demand for solar fuels. In view of this, we propose the adoption of a European technological scientific quota system for aviation fuel. This would require airlines to acquire a specific share of their fuel from solar sources, explains Lillström. The study's authors recommend a share of 0.1% in the earliest phase of market adoption, when the price of solar kerosene will be high and production capacities low. This would have little impact on the cost of flying, but would promote the construction of production facilities and set in motion a learning curve that could lead to technologically enhancements and lower prices. The quota would then be gradually increased until solar kerosene achieves a market breakthrough without further support measures. Now, this is amazing. This is by Institute for Advanced Sustainability Studies, IASS, on Science Daily. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support.